This video is presented by Prompton Real Estate Services.
Behind me is a house designed by one of the most famous architects in Canada, Arthur Erickson. This is called the Sound House. I had to check it out because one, it has to do with sound and music, and there's a piano inside. So we're gonna tour this house. It's asking just over $5 million right now. I don't know too much about it yet, but we're gonna go inside to ask our expert. Let's go.
Come on inside.
This is Trent from West Coast Modern Homes. Before we tour it, do you want to tell me what's so special about it besides famous architects?
Well, you were standing in front of a hidden Arthur Erickson house. So there's a huge following around his houses. This one has been totally hidden.
Okay.
So when Arthur Erickson designed these homes, he was big on getting them out there. So he was in all the press and all the magazines, but this one wasn't.
So now we are gonna get them out there because we are getting one of the first looks at this home.
People are a little confused or used to traditional homes.
Yes.
Is it the idea it's supposed to be indoor, outdoor? Your inside flows outside and your outside flows inside. And that is where the Japanese influence comes in. So you'll see this home as we're traveling through, it almost feels like an ancient Japanese tea house.
They have chains outside their home too for some reason.
These are just like iconic pieces that are now like very popular today, but this was from 1960s when he incorporated it.
It's not gonna break if I touch it, right? Actually, I don't want to touch it. Dude!
You enter into the large double height living room, which pulls into, which is the central listening room. One of the only private residences that incorporated a professional concert sound designer.
Concert halls are some sort of wood and they have either those mute pads somewhere, but what is this? This is concrete. How do you have sound design in concrete?
Yeah, so the idea is this rough concrete. Hear our echo if we were loud enough.
Okay, well, I'm pretty loud. Let me try. Figaro, Figaro, Figaro.
So there was a Los Angeles sound designer and they crafted all of this to create acoustics that was perfect for listening to piano.
Okay, well, I'll play some piano then. Sole, che bella oh sole mio, sta in fronte a te, oh sole mio, sta in fronte a te, sta in fronte a te. Oh, the sun just hit my face too. Perfect. What an ending. So is this whole house concrete?
No. So it's both cedar and concrete, obviously, and glass. So it's a marriage and a dance between the three materials.
Oh, that's really cool. Look at this concrete here. From the firewood, it's starting to like change color.
Yeah, well, the idea was it was made for musicians. So they'd be, scanning through their records here, playing it in their sound system that was made custom for the house.
Right.
So this is where they lived.
Okay.
And then you have the view of the mountain and the city this way.
One thing I really like about this house is that how this house can it ages well, Because usually houses, they get worse with age, but this house ages well. I think it gets better, like stuff like this, where it's like, it starts to change, it adds to the whole ambiance of the home.
Well, it's like a classic Porsche.
Yeah. All right, should we go upstairs?
I'll follow you.
Okay, let's go.
These are private retreats into nature, so sometimes people like to have their alone time.
Right.
So you get to have your alone time playing the piano down here and still entertain your friends at a nice distance. It's all indoor, outdoor. So this Arthur Erickson's flying beams. So if you look the angle of this kind of like light well, it continues outside this land.
I wonder how difficult it is to. First, you have to make like custom glass. This is a very irregular shaped glass.
Yeah, it's all custom. Yes.
And then this is work, man. Architecture is so much work.
Well, it's like art. It's sculpture.
It is art.
Yeah. So what's kind of cool here is the double height in the atrium, which I really love, where you see the mirror between the cedar and then the rough concrete.
This goes downstairs too.
Yeah.
It feels so open.
That's the idea.
This doesn't look very Japanese.
This isn't new. So Arthur Erickson, it was, I think he passed away around 10 years ago. And then his protege, Nick Milkovich, he's the one that did the expansion.
Okay.
So we took a few thousand square foot house to nearly 3,000 square feet.
So where did this expansion start from?
Added a second level and expanded the wing over here that completed it into a U-shaped courtyard.
So this kitchen is part of the expansion or not?
No, when we passed the hallway.
Okay.
Whether you're a first-time buyer, seasoned investor, or ready to sell, Prompton Real Estate Services is your go-to partner in Vancouver. Their market knowledge, personalized service, and commitment to success set them apart. Take the next step with confidence. Visit Prompton.com and let Prompton Real Estate Services help you achieve your real estate goals.
We walk in. Usually I don't like dark corridors, but this is different.
Well, the idea is like it's a light and dark. So you have the darkness that pulls you in and calms you, and then it projects you out into the light.
Well, let's check this
courtyard.
out. Look at this bedroom. This bedroom, you can just look at this huge tree here.
That is another Japanese feature, is centering the home around life.
Life. This is cool. These are connected.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good for 2 kids.
Again, another Japanese principle. And the other thing that they were leaning on from the Japanese inspiration is if you look at the roof line.
Right.
So it'd be very easy just to do like a simple pitch roof, but
Right.
if you look, it's a slanted pitch. And that's like leaning on the sculptural form of the home.
How does that affect the irrigation?
So this is a pitch roof system. So like any other roof, it's just more of the art piece.
There's so many like unique spots in this home where you can just stay there and like settle down. This entire home is at this angle up all the way to the end of the home.
Well, the idea is it's supposed to respond to the topography of the mountain. Original custodians, they were getting a lot of noise complaints in their apartment. I always dreamed of having this like own personal concert hall.
Yeah, this is the type of home you need to like settle down to enjoy because it's so quiet here.
The difference here is that this is maximizing sense of space, whereas a lot of new homes today in Vancouver are maximizing square footage.
Right.
Maximizing sense of space, you're maximizing your integration with nature.
Right.
And I think that's where you're getting that.
That's a really
vibe.
good explanation because life is more about feeling, not just math, right?
Well, however you want to live it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, originally in 1965, this would have been a more of like a humble few thousand square feet. And then yeah, his protege expanded it to 3,000. So
I think when you built this in 1965, it wouldn't have been as appreciated.
when you come in off the street, you can't see it from the street.
Right.
And the idea is intended to be like a hidden retreat.
Right.
Because in 1965, this would have been so different.
Right.
So
it would have been different?
Yeah. Think about 1965. They were building cottages.
Okay.
Cape Town inspired cottages.
Okay,
versus
really? Like
is,
those very white styled?
You have the white style, you have the Tudor cottages, and then this was a wood and glass sculpture.
Yeah.
Which Vancouver didn't really see very much.
So that's pretty interesting. Back then versus now, it's still always standing out. So
it was revolutionary. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And this tree, I think you told me earlier, is over how many years old?
Oh, we'd have to count the rings.
Oh, we have to count the tree.
We have to cut the tree and then see how many rings are there.
Is that the only way to know the age of a tree? All right, let's check out the second floor.
Well, actually, this is my favorite view right here. Because it just shows like the Japanese courtyard vibe.
It's very symmetrical here.
There's symmetry, but then if you look at, that's what's cool about the slanted sculpture of the roof line. It's slanted.
Right.
So there's this like counterbalance to
Yeah.
it. So this is the kind of home that architects and designers would like love to get their hands on.
Right. Well, okay, tell me about the sink.
Oh, I'm pretty sure this is an Nick Milkovich edition.
Should we go on the roof?
We'll keep it. I don't want you to blow your butt out.
Wow, look at this wall.
Kind of fun, huh?
This is so cool. I love the colors. There's so many hues on this wall. How does it come out like this? It's green, it's purple.
You know what you call this?
What?
Patina. Have you ever heard of people with like a classic car or like a classic, like an old Louis Vuitton?
Okay.
When it ages,
I
it gets
saw
these
something.
colors.
Yeah, I saw something
it's called
recently on like a leather shoe. Someone was talking about it, how it
Patina.
ages into that. This entire home feels like I'm on an island, and this is like different parts of my island.
Yeah.
Like this just feels like a completely different part. I can just set up something here and just relax here. So there's like 5 parts in this home I could choose to relax in. Again, you were saying the sense of space. Because everything's connected, you can go through, back. It feels like, it's like a never-ending circle. This is a very unique home. This fits more of a West Coast style because it's much bigger. In Japan, you don't get this type of space.
So I feel like you've learned a lot about architecture today.
Right. I'm just super into this house. Okay. So if people want to buy this house, how can they get it?
You can come to West Coast Modern Homes. Link through in the bio.
Sure. Link in the bio. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more videos from this channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.